Sunday Night Football Kickoff Special is brought to you by Walmart.
Snow yesterday, but sunshine today. Temperature in the high 30s and windy at the confluence of the Three Rivers in Pittsburgh. And inside Heinz Field, home of the 10-0 undefeated Steelers. And the Baltimore Ravens have finally arrived to renew this fierce rivalry and wrap up Week 12 on this special Wednesday edition of Sunday Night Football. It's all a little different this year and this week. Hi, everyone. Mike Tirico. This has been a build-up unlike the NFL has ever seen for a game in its century of history. It has been delayed 6 days, postponed 3 times because the Ravens have been dealing with an outbreak of COVID-19, the likes of which no pro sports team has had to endure. For more on this week, unlike any other for the Ravens, let's go down to Michelle Tafoya. Michelle, we'll get back to you here in just a moment, but the Ravens without many Pro Bowl players, many starters in this one, and Chris Collinsworth is, we are sitting up here trying to piece together everyone who is on the field for Baltimore. It's hard to do. A lot of names have been called up from the practice squad, but they have a full roster. Question is, what do you think it's going to look like on the field?
I don't know. I don't even know what it's going to look like with Michelle down there. We got to get her back in the picture here. But, you know, I think, Mike, the biggest thing is let's not go crazy with this. These are NFL players out here or their backups, so maybe a little lack of depth for the Ravens might come into play. But, you know, Robert Griffin's going to play quarterback. He was the 2nd overall pick, and he was Rookie of the Year. So I know the Steelers don't underestimate this team.
I want to pick it up from the Steelers' perspective, too, Chris, because here they are. They're 10-0. Although folks aren't giving them maybe the attention a 10-0 Steelers team might get. They've waited 10 days since their last game. If you're on the Pittsburgh side, how are you approaching what's coming up here?
I just do what we do, which is play defense. I mean, currently, the Pittsburgh Steelers lead in 27 different defensive categories. That's pretty amazing, including points, including turnovers, including sacks. So this is going to be one of those games between two classic defensive-oriented football teams. They're going to go at it out here tonight.
All right, always worth the wait. Now the details on the Ravens from Michelle.
How did we get here? 10 straight days of positive COVID tests. Landed 24 Ravens on the reserve COVID list. Now that number is now down to 16, but it includes 9 starters and 7 Pro Bowlers, notably quarterback and leading receiver Mark Andrews. Now the rest of the roster flew to Pittsburgh last night, and before boarding the team buses this morning, each player had to pass a rapid COVID test. As for preparation, John Harbaugh told us they were able to, quote, kind of practice Monday and Tuesday. He acknowledged his offensive and defensive lines were hit hard, and he said, our good players have to play great. But Harbaugh said he likes the idea that very few people outside of the team believe they can win this game. And Mike, the Steelers were hit as well. Running back James Conner, center Marquise Pouncey, and defensive end Stephon Tuitt all out due to COVID.
Hey, given the Ravens' issues and their issues, I asked Mike Tomlin, hey, do you feel for John Harbaugh with what he's been going through this week? He said no. Just remind you that this is the rivalry, the Steelers and the Ravens.
Welcome back to Sunday Night Football Kickoff Special, brought to you by Walmart.
Robert Griffin III, star rookie, out of the league. Now here he is back on the big stage with understudies today for the Ravens against the Steelers. Time now to simplify the game, presented by Microsoft Surface. Chris, let's look at how Ben Roethlisberger is operating this year.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the Pittsburgh Steelers lately, you may not know that Ben Roethlisberger now gets rid of the football faster than any other quarterback in the National Football League. We're so used to watching him hold it, but he's going to be facing one of the most complex defenses in all the National Football League. They're going to come at him from all different angles, and if Ben isn't careful, they're going to drop one of those pass rushers out underneath in coverage and come up with big plays like they did a week ago. This is the type of thing that Ben is going to have to overcome in this one here today.
Nothing easy against Baltimore, but that's how we simplify the game. Presented by Microsoft Surface. It's looked simple for Deontay Johnson of late. Back-to-back 100-yard receiving games coming in. The go-to guy for Big Ben. The Steelers haven't lost since Week 17 last year to Robert Griffin III and the Ravens. Big Ben trying to keep Pittsburgh perfect. At long last, kickoff is next.
NBC Sports, celebrating 15 seasons of Sunday Night Football, welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
where we had 6 inches of snow here yesterday. It ended overnight, clear and in the 30s today in the Pittsburgh area. Wind chill in the 20s. And massive meaning in the standings for this one for both of these coaches. Steelers trying to stay a game ahead of Kansas City for the #1 seed. But here in the AFC North, you see Cleveland between these two teams. Pittsburgh won their earlier matchup at the start of November, 28-24. So if the Steelers win here, and the Ravens' hopes of repeating as division champs will be done.
Welcome back in for yet another edition of the 2021 MF Alumni FFL Draft Pick Choice Tournament. Today we have the finals. This is match day 18, I think we call it. Today we're doing a doubleheader where we're going to play the finals and the third place match because saying threels just doesn't roll off the tongue. But yeah, yesterday, I guess this whole week, we've been knocking out the last 5 games. We had 1 2 days ago, 1 yesterday, 2 today, and of course our Super Bowl tomorrow. Please join us for that. But today, starting off the finals. So this is going to be Conair's Bears and Colin's Steelers. They both, how'd they get here? They were both in the first round buys. So here's our main bracket. They were both got first round buys to the quarters. Here's Conair, lost to my Buccaneers in that first round, and here's Colin, lost to Crayon's Dolphins in a very tight match in that first round that they both played, dropping them both down to the finals bracket. Conair eked one out against Sprite, who was part of quite the shootout last night between Sprite and Jacob, and Colin dispatched Jacob fairly handedly, I'd say, 23-16. I feel like that was one of those games that was only 7 points apart that felt bigger. I don't know. As we mentioned yesterday, Jacob's team really only showed up for the 7th place match. They kind of didn't really show much on offense before, but they brought it in the Seminoles, so fair play. Won that 7th place match fair and square. 1 second while I clear my throat. All right, I'm glad I muted for that. That was unattractive. Anyway, Colin, Steelers, Conair, Bears. Take a look at these teams. Overall-wise, there is about 4 overall different, which, as we've noted many times over, not a huge difference. It's really going to come down to the 11... whatever. Forget euphemisms. My throat doesn't want to handle a euphemism right now. It's really going to come down to the skilled players and the defenses and how they interact, how the defensive line handles the offensive lines, etc., etc. So... 4 overall does not make a huge difference, but we've got a good match tonight. So we on the Bears side, on Conair's side, we've got the reigning MVP Aaron Rodgers helming the team, so it's always a little bit strange to see that number 12 jersey in Bears colors. But behind him, there's Tua Tagovailoa backing him up, just in case anything goes wrong. It probably won't, but you never know. Running back-wise, we're going to get a mix of Chris Carson and David Johnson on Conair's team. So Chris Carson will be doing the main duties as well as the power running duties, and the passing situation duties will be handled by David Johnson. So as we know, that 3 DRB, that third down running back position, does get a lot of rotation in these games. Behind those two on the bench are Adrian Peterson and Benny Snell. The trio of wide receivers that we'll be seeing in the Bears colors again today are going to be Mike Evans, Adam Thielen, and Curtis Samuel. And that'll be Adam Thielen manning the slot. So Evans in the X and Samuel in the Z. That lines up pretty nicely with their skill sets. We'll see if that makes a difference in Madden or not. Behind those 3, we've got Sammy Watkins and Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Josh Gordon was also on the roster, but I don't remember if I was feeling too lazy to switch over an injured player and recreate him for someone who wasn't going to see the field, or if Madden nuked him from the game after his more recent suspension. I don't remember. But either way, he's not on this roster. I doubt we'll even see Sammy Watkins, except on maybe special teams. So keep an eye out for that. At tight end, Eric Ebron. At kicker, we have Matt Prater, formerly career Lions player, as far as I recall. I think he's on a new team this year, though. And, of course, the defense, the monsters of the Midway, Chicago Bears. Kick return, punt return-wise, we got Eddie Jackson, the free safety. So that comes with the defense. And then the backup kick returner, or I guess it really just depends on where the ball lands. There's sometimes that he will catch it because they're both on the field, but David Johnson will be manning that role. Over on the home team in Heinz Field, that's where this game will be. We've got Colin and his Steelers. So, of course, the homerism coming out, but we got Kyler Murray at quarterback, so a nice mobile option here. The angry toddler, as I like to call him. At running back, we've got a mix of James Conner and Le'Veon Bell that we'll be seeing tonight. So again, that Steelers duo from the days of yore. James Conner will be handling the main duties as well as the power running duties, and Le'Veon will be handling the passing situation. So similar setup to Carson and David Johnson on the other side. Behind those two, we have Gus Edwards, Frank Gore, Leonard Fournette, and Myles Gaskin at running back. The trio of wide receivers we'll be seeing for the vast majority of the game will be Julio Jones, Juju Smith-Schuster, and Marquise Brown. Juju Smith-Schuster will be manning the slot there, so keeping Julio to the X and Marquise to the Z. So yet again, a good skill set match for these guys. Behind those three, we'll be seeing Jerry Jeudy and David Moore. Well, more likely we won't be seeing, but Jerry Jeudy and David Moore are there for depth. I don't know what's going on with my throat. I apologize. In the event of injuries or fatigue or what have you. At tight end, Mark Andrews and Rob Gronkowski. At kicker, I keep forgetting his name. I think it's Mike Nugent. It was that dude that was on the Patriots for like 1 week. And then, of course, the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Been getting much stronger in recent years, I think. Maybe it's always been strong. Hell if I know. But yeah, kick return, punt return duties. That's going to be handled by Cameron Sutton. He is a cornerback, so that comes with the defense. And the secondary kick returner, that's how I should phrase it. The secondary kick returner will be Marquise Brown. So that was long-winded. Let's get into the game. As we always do, quick presentation, 12-minute quarters, 15-second accelerated play clock, and then we push the button. And it loads in fairly quickly. Panels down, unmute myself in Discord. If anyone feels like joining me in Discord, you are more than welcome to. And we're into the game. Conair kicking to Colin to start the match.
We're fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up. But he won't quite make it to the 25 with the Chicago Bears. 24-yard line. First down, Murray. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there. That's
big play attempt off the bat, but it's out of bounds, and Julio can't quite come down with it. You love to see the aggression right out of the gate, though. Good attempt on Colin Steelers.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Murray. Got his man, that's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play.
Nice pass to Julio, gets them the first down up to the 35-yard line.
In the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Pretty good first down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Handed inside, quarterback tucks it and keeps it, quarterback throws the ball downfield. You should be able to react to the defense and have an option available on every snap.
Gets it to Smith-Schuster on the jet sweep.
Ooh, I think that jet sweep might have just done it. Juju with the 2-yard rush. Yes, they're going to call that first down. Steelers up to their own 45 now, approaching midfield. Solid drive so far for Colin's team.
Get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every
sensing the pressure and getting a nice throwaway there for Kyler. 2nd down, no harm, no foul.
On this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Murray. And that'll be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly
Kyler
looked
tries
like he
to
knew
connect
where he
on the
wanted to go with
fadeaway
ball,
jumper,
but
does not
surprise, that
find a
guy
way to
was
do it.
covered.
3rd and
That
10
took his
now.
attention elsewhere to no avail.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Murray. He may try and run for this.
That's one way to do it. Kyler running for about 20 yards on that play. Wait, 25. That's 30 yards. That's a 30-yard scramble by Kyler up to the attacking 25. Huge play on 3rd down. Brand new set of downs and approaching the end zone and in field goal range. Excellent play by Kyler there.
He breaks out and makes plays like that. All he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. Murray now. Looking left side, Andrews.
Looks left side and finds a wide open Mark Andrews, and number 38 Tayshaun Gibson can't quite catch up, so he's gonna walk that one in for a touchdown. And defensive lineman Brent Urban hurt on the play. But a great first drive for Colin's team. Takes about 3 minutes off the clock and puts one securely in the end zone for 6, about to be 7 points.
Now Mike Nugent for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers.
Next to score, Steelers 7, Bears nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Shotgun now for Rodgers. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard.
Nice strike on 1st down there to Curtis Samuel. Aaron Rodgers connecting with him for a quick 1st down. Bears looking to answer right back here with their first drive of the game.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Oh, right. Last note on the opening stuff. The gambling lines for this game. Bears favored by 2.5 points. So we're saying not even a field goal difference between these teams. And the over-under at 48.5. So we're expecting an offensive game here.
To throw again. Rodgers to Evans on the slant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him.
What's up,
He's
dude?
going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
Cool,
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me
racing tonight?
rather than let him shred my defense.
And now a
Did it
throw
go well?
on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look
All right.
like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right
Sweet.
choice. Get rid
Nice
of it. Live to
low-stress
fight
environment.
another down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I figured as much.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson.
Easier stress to
He'll get
forgive,
only
maybe.
3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third
Is
down.
it usually a different track than like the weekly track that you're playing anyway? Got it. That makes sense.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Got his target, Samuel.
Big third down completion here. Rodgers connecting with Curtis Samuel yet again. That's going to get him. The Bears get him. That's going to get the Bears a first down into Steelers territory.
Here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Yep, nothing weird about that.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Something seems off here.
A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to.
That's the team he usually is beating.
They also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. It's third down and 9 yards to go.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that's
another big third down. Does not complete the pass there. Ebron this time, so that's going to bring up 4th down and likely the punt unit.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Can't install my Madden 22 update.
He's on to
That's okay, I can do that later.
This one away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at
a couple weeks ago.
Throwing on first down is Murray. And this is caught.
Ooh, big grab in traffic by Juju Smith-Schuster.
A good pickup there.
He's feeling himself today. Take a look.
Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their
For me, it's like almost weirder when a team, like when an offensive skilled player is on the correct team in this tournament.
First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner.
Seeing every player on like the wrong team. So like seeing James Conner here and Juju Smith-Schuster and even to an extent Le'Veon Bell, like all on the Steelers. It's like, what's going on here?
Job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Murray going to try to throw on third down. Out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down.
Good scramble there by Kyler Murray, getting the first down up to the Steelers 38.
And avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
On first and 10 is Conner. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd down now. It's Conner, and he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first
I feel like Colin's team's got it figured out here. As long as you just keep getting first downs, you don't lose the ball.
Has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. It's almost a tendency breaker.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on first and 10. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. And Jones has it over the middle. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard.
I'm not sure that that one got there. It didn't 30 inches here for the Steelers. Obviously very convertible,
in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
Oh man, if I was more clever, I could have turned that into a Corvette reference for Juju. He has to catch this one though.
And get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They're going to run it with Le'Veon instead, but he'll forge onward and get the first down. So now the Steelers with a new set of downs yet again up to Chicago's 38.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Murray now on 1st down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 8 on the
Another nice little scramble for the angry toddler. 8 yards on that one, 2nd and 2.
Don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews.
Mark Andrews with the catch, and the Steelers keep it going. They're getting like 8 yards every single play. That's all they really need to do.
It's a gain of 9 yards. And this
1st and 10 up to the Bears' 21-yard line, and that's also going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Colin leading over Conair 7-0 here at the end of the first. 3 quarters to play.
On 1st down, Connor. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Shotgun now from Murray. Stepping up, he'll try and run.
Tyler finds a lane, getting a little greedy. Does not fumble there on the tackle, but he gets himself all the way to the 1-yard line. 1st and goal here for Colin on the 1.
Getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Offensively, they like their situation, so they tried to take a shot.
What are we thinking, James Conner run?
Was open, so it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
Looks like a jumbo.
That's what the formation looks like right now.
Here for 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Connor.
That's the play call, but he kind of flubs around on his offensive lineman and goes down for no gain, maybe a loss.
A lot of times near the goal line, that second effort
now he's stuck in the
disaster. Make sure you hold on to the football because there's going to be guys swarming when you're carrying it.
Now they'll employ the jumbo set.
All right, they're reprising the role. They might do the run up the middle again. There's a whole lot of meat on this line of scrimmage. Hand off to James Conner. Easy shuffle into the end zone for him this time. Touchdown, Colin. Touchdown, Steelers. Assuming the extra point, that's going to be a 14-0 lead now.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get.
Colin Steelers are just being clinical right now. They've had 2 drives and just have worked methodically down the field and gotten into the end zone.
On the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm.
Monsters of the Midway.
Get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
It's officially trademarked. It is. In all honesty, now in my Madden league, where I'm the Bears for this next cycle, this Madden 22 cycle, and oh my God, that team needs some work. Like, it's like, okay, we've got a quarterback, and that's it. No, the rookie left tackle should be set up well for Madden success at least. Being injured in real life and missing at least half the season is not going to bode well for him. And then I guess Darnell Mooney has started out, so he should be a solid wide receiver for me for most of that thing. But that's like it. That's it as far as building blocks goes.
They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit.
Khalil Mack's good. He's getting old.
Score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be corralled right around
Curtis Samuel, first down machine. He gets another one here. Bears up to the 34-yard line.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible.
Yeah, I think my plan with that team is to just suck in year one because that's inevitable. Unfortunately, I don't have my first rounder next year because of the real life trade, but that's okay because it got me Justin Fields. And I'm just gonna, let so many players' contracts expire. I might go a little cut crazy too, depending on how my cap looks, just to accelerate the process of getting the books cleared.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise.
Yeah, but it's a user league, so I have to negotiate those trades. I mean, there's a good chance no one wants my trash. Not yet, but we generally don't allow trading with the CPU.
That's a really nice job
because you could just hose the CPU.
And detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz
when we're hunting, we usually have like 28, 29, 30 user teams. So
they don't have great leverage, and
it's usually pretty full.
And turn to the side.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric
honestly, I might do that.
Out of bounds right around the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence.
They're going to be like cutting. We won't even pick him up.
The quarterback saw him and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and he works it.
Speaking of number 32 on the Bears, Chris Carson getting a nice gain here. That's going to be a first down out to the Steelers 27. Bears putting together a nice drive. They're looking at threatening some points here.
So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
From the 22, Rodgers. That is
big completion over the middle. Curtis Samuel yet again. This dude is a big piece of, I don't know what the noun I want is here. Making a lot of plays. Making a lot of plays in this first half so far. Gets this ball to the 3-yard line. New set of downs, 1st and goal.
Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll run it with Johnson.
Inside handoff gets David David Johnson. But right tackle called for holding. So we're going to take it back about 8 yards. 1st and goal on the 11 now.
It's Rodgers. Forced out to his left.
Rodgers dodges one guy, goes scrambling, and then takes a slide right in front of Mike Hilton. That gets him up to the 7. They're going to score. It looked like the 6 to me. 2nd and goal.
Positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Finds Curtis Samuel over the middle again. Finds a pile that will allow him into the end zone by way of pushing. About 4 dudes grab him, and that somehow worked in his advantage thanks to the animations. Touchdown Bears. Touchdown for Conair. Finally answers back. Assuming this guy's not going to screw it up, we're looking at 14-7.
To start making a comeback.
And that one makes it 14-7.
I should clip that and use that forever.
The score, Steelers 14, Bears 7.
That's too much effort. Yeah, it's a bit of an earworm, for better or for worse. Wow. Who are they playing against? Gotcha. Yep. Ah, so yeah, you were like, go Bears.
Matt Prater is set to
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will make it into the end zone, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
All right, Colin Steelers starting off drive number 3 here. Both of the first have ended in touchdowns. Seeing if they can go 3 in a row here.
And from the 25,
Hand off to James Conner, gets about 4 yards on the play, 2nd and 6.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray finds his running back, James Conner.
James Conner showing off some hands. Catching the pass and getting the first down.
Read defenses and how complicated that is.
Steelers first down on their own 36.
Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space...
Towing the line there for Mark Andrews. Excellent catch over his shoulder. New set of downs, 1st and 10 onto the Bears 47, passing midfield.
Pittsburgh first.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use
Chicago with the challenge, so Conair's team throwing a timeout away. The ruling on the field is upheld. We have about 4 minutes left in this half, so I guess if you don't use them, you lose them.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden,
Steelers keep it rolling. Another completion here to Julio Jones, 12-yard reception, and a new set of downs.
And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
The 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Murray.
Screen pass to Le'Veon. See if he can make something of it. Shakes one tackler. Might have gotten himself a yard on the play, if that. 2nd and 10, so they're going to rule that no gain.
Even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Murray. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews.
Big hit out of Danny Trevathan. Mark Andrews handles it no problem, getting himself 9.5-ish yards on the play, 3rd and inches here on the 25.
Some space and kind of body people away and catch the football, but not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Oh my gosh, it's so close that the center is holding it on the other side of the line.
Try and run forward with Conner. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped.
And then James Conner goes to the right side of his offensive lineman when the left side was wide open for the first down, and instead runs into a literal fucking bear, Akeem Hicks. Loss of 3 on the play, 4th and 3 on the 27. 2-minute warning hits. I am expecting the Steelers to kick a field goal on this one. Oh, and I'm expecting wrong. They're lining up to go for it. Fuck yeah, let's go, boys. Another run up the middle. I don't think he made it. They're saying he did not. So that's going to be a turnover on downs on the 25-yard line. Bears starting their drives here with 2 timeouts and 1:56 to work with.
Looking left sideline.
I do like that the Madden AI is starting to like do more going for it on 4th and short. It's just always a bummer when it doesn't work out because you feel so helpless when it's like the AI making these choices.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
True.
Throwing again. Rodgers. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard
3rd down play here for the Bears. If they want to put some points on the board before the half, they're going to need a first here. That one gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage by TJ Watt, or more so right out of his hand. Incomplete, 4th and 6. A minute 43 left on the clock. We may see a punt here where the Steelers get another chance. The Bears will be receiving after the half, so big opportunity to load up the scoreboard before giving the Bears the ball back here.
Change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. It's complete to
big pass rush there. Kyler Murray gets the ball out just in time. Finds Marquise Brown on the right side for a 2-yard gain. The only thing bad about that play was that he got tackled inbounds. Everything else went pretty much perfectly for the Steelers.
After the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Kyler sensing a pressure again, gets the ball out to Julio Jones, and I think that's going to be a roughing the passer. It sure is. Akeem Hicks hit Kyler late there. To tack on another 15 yards and a clock stoppage to the end of that play. Pittsburgh working with 1:05 on the clock and 3 timeouts still in their pocket. But then Robert Quinn makes his way for a sack, and the Steelers are going to use their first timeout. What's going on here? So what are we working with now? We got 2nd and 19, Steelers on their own 44, 2 timeouts still in the bank, and 59 seconds on the clock.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Another try after the 1st down sack. Murray
with a nice catch over the middle.
Now the Steelers use the
another timeout used by the Steelers. That looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 5-ish. Yeah, 3rd and 5 on to Chicago's 42 now. 1 timeout left for the Steelers, 54 seconds on the clock. And for some reason, we're seeing a Chicago offensive huddle.
Extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down.
Love to see it.
From the gun, Murray.
Akeem Hicks shedding his tackler. Kyler scrambling out left, goes for a run. Gets a big hit by Roquan Smith, which forces a fumble. And that's going to be a turnover as Jalen Johnson picks up the ball on the ground. So 44 seconds on the clock. Bears now in control of the ball on their own 31-yard line. 2 timeouts in the bank, and suddenly we're seeing if Aaron Rodgers can make some magic. And then, well, we know he can, but in this case, he just got his ass sacked and then used a timeout. So second and 18 for the Bears now on their own 23. I didn't catch who made that sack. It was like 98. I don't know that guy's first name. Something Williams.
You're thinking about jump-starting your team.
Not TJ Watt.
Just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure.
That one's TJ Watt who took down Rodgers. So another 2 consecutive sacks. 3rd and 27 now.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now.
And with that, the Bears are just going to let the time expire and then take the kickoff in the second half. So halftime strikes, and we have Colin leading over Conair. 14 to 7.
Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter.
Oh my God, I never logged into Twitch. I was like, I think I'm forgetting something.
Offense ready to go for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two.
Yeah, like in the browser.
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I just realized I've had your commentary muted to the screen like this entire time, so we're going to hear a one-sided conversation.
That's complete to his running back, Evans. And he'll get this up to
That's fine. I don't say much.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
On play action, Rodgers lets it fly for Thielen. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Improviser trait coming through. Aaron Rodgers running around and then finding an open Adam Thielen for a huge gain. Now up to the Steelers 34.
I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20.
Another nice completion there to Mike Evans. That's going to get them into the red zone. 1st and 10 on the Steelers' 16-yard line.
To watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here.
Another fantastic throw on the run, finding Adam Thielen, this time in the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown for Conair and the Bears. And assuming the extra point, this game is all even again.
Wasn't there enough time?
Death march there, partner. Took them a lot of plays, but hey, they did the
Aaron
job.
Rodgers.
And the defense always
sorry, it's in the second half now, though.
Making a play and turning it back over to
that part?
offense.
Yeah, the half rolled over, and this was their first possession of the half.
Yeah, like I said, plenty of time.
Plenty of time. Got a whole half to play.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. They start with a give to Connor. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to the ground, this time with Bell. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has
3rd and 4 coming up here for Pittsburgh.
Move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On their own 31. You know, not a huge thing, but
and it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Murray.
Kyler finds a scramble lane for it as long as he gets down in time, which he will. New set of downs, 1st and 10 on their own 39.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy, make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40.
Kyler breaks 100 yards rushing on the day with that scramble. He's now up to 102 on that 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6.
In the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42. From the gun, Murray.
Oh my, Kyler just simply overthrows a wide open Mark Andrews on that play. Incomplete, 3rd and 6.
That first read that you had, maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Murray. And he's going to have to eat this.
Kyler going for a scramble and finds himself on the receiving end of Robert Quinn. I think Robert Quinn's got as many sacks in this game as he had all last season in real life. 4th and 13. I expect the punt unit will be coming out now.
What you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean.
No block.
But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability and a sack resulted.
Fair catch called for, and the Bears will start this drive off on their own 20.
And the Bears take over. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian
Thomas. Ian Thomas? Oh, hell yeah. Ian Thomas getting involved.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came
1st down after a 21-yard gain on that reception.
For a big gainer and a 1st down.
One play has him
Ooh, Aaron Rodgers in the zone. Always love a chance to talk about Aaron Rodgers' zone ability. Gambler. This is probably the best zone ability for computer versus computer in the game of Madden. What this does is while he has that orange glowing X, he cannot throw an interception to an AI-controlled defender. So in computer versus computer, he's effectively interception-proof.
2nd and 10 again from the 41. To throw again, Rodgers. And his throw's
that's two consecutive incompletions, and that might knock him out of the zone.
And it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An important play right here.
And it does indeed. So we'll have to wait for a few more big plays for Aaron Rodgers to get back in the zone with that gambler ability. Chucks one deep in the face of TJ Watt, but that's going to be out of bounds deep to the right side. 4th and 10, so I expect Pat O'Donnell and the boys will be showing up
Well, you got to think that sooner or later
about now.
they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a nice job here to down this one right
solid
on
punt
the
and
5-yard
brought in at the 5-yard line
offense
by
at the
the
line to
Gunners.
start their next drive.
So that's where the Steelers will start this drive on their own 5. Hand off to the fullback to start it off. You love to see that.
So what you're saying is
Seath and Carter getting 4 yards on the play.
Right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
2nd and 6. To throw is Murray.
Tyler avoiding all sorts of pass rush, getting past the first down line, and getting into a foot race here. If not for, is that Travis Gibson? If not for Travis Gibson making him run that juke, he might have gone all the way. But either way, it gets tackled on the Bears' 45-yard line. So, massive play on that one.
Scrambling around, actually takes off and runs downfield, and that's exactly what he did.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere.
Delayed handoff to Le'Veon Bell. I think he loses one on that play. 2nd and 11. Bell's stat line looking pretty impressive right now. 3 attempts, 4 yards.
But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
I think Le'Veon Bell's going to sign anywhere before the season starts.
Probably not.
Yeah, at this point, if you haven't already, I feel like no way.
Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards
Bell,
to go.
5 yards on that carry, 3rd and 6 now on the Bears' 41-yard line. Important 3rd down. This is kind of a no man's zone here, as far as Madden is concerned.
They've seen things that they've seen on tape
Kickers rarely
and in
make it from
previous
this far.
games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still
Completion over the middle to Marquise Brown, and that's going to bring on East Side Downs and get them all the way up to Chicago's 19-yard line. Big 3rd down play there for Kyler. Again for Colin.
22 there on the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. This will be caught inside.
Comeback route for Marquise Brown, I think. Yes, sir. And that's going to be just enough for the 1st down. 1st and goal now on the 9-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Kyle Fuller with a brave attempt on that pass breakup, but did not quite connect with the football.
From the gun, Murray. The quick slant caught.
Finds a Julio Jones on a crossing route, grabs it, and he is able to get himself tackled forward into the end zone. So that's going to be a touchdown for Colin and the Steelers. Assuming the extra point, that gives them a new 7-point lead, 21-14. And I'll be right back because I need more water.
Come out and feel charged up and ready to go.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Bears 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Jackson now to return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Rodgers now on 1st down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. Steps away. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Conair. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 31.
He's brought down at the 31. That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
All right, what'd I miss? A couple of plays. No first downs, probably.
I don't think much.
An emphatic damn it, Jacob rains down from Twitch chat as we end the third quarter here, with Colin leading Conair 21-14.
They've had good success.
Jacob on a quite impressive kiss of death bad gambling streak. Everything he predicts ends up wrong. Wait, oh, that was probably a turnover.
Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Why do the Steelers have the ball in the Bears' 20-yard line?
Not the case.
Okay, I definitely missed something.
I wasn't really watching, so. The same guy that was messing with you earlier continue to mess with you.
Have you given him the business yet?
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force
He's capable of giving me the business.
Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile.
I'm just like completely trash at aiming with the controller, so.
Oh, yeah, if you're trying to drive while shooting, that's tough.
See, I was AFK for a little bit, and the dude ran over to me and was just like punching me. Then I was able to get my stone hatchet out and just like insta-kill him.
Nice.
And then I tried getting my terror bite so that he couldn't just RPG me. Then he still blew that out. Killed him a few times, he's killed me a few times.
The Steelers on third down.
Still a lot of back and forth.
6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 9. This is Conair. Well, this is going to depend
Conair is telling me that it was a fumble. I'm still going to watch this film. Conair getting tackled short of the line to gain. 4th and 1 on the 11. This might be a Madden AI field goal.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Oh, they're going for it again. You love to see it. I think he got stuffed again. He did indeed. Oh, so the Bears are going to take over with another turnover on downs. Starting this drive on their own 10-yard line, but hey, possession's possession. Oh my God. Rodgers stepping into a TJ Watt sack that takes him down on the 1-yard line. It's getting dangerously close to safety territory here.
Immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head and that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
In his own end zone, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Went back to the tape and saw how that fumble was. It was a big hit onto Adam Thielen after a reception. So it was actually really the same way that Conair got a fumble turnover earlier with Roquan hitting Kyler. So I guess it's all kind of fair.
The prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Here's Carson.
Ooh, Chris Carson barely getting out of the end zone on that tackle too. So 4th and 19, avoiding the safety, but definitely the punt unit going to be coming out here.
Leave him with a 4th down. That defense just did not budge, and now your punter. Well, this is why you pay him.
It is. It's exactly why you pay him. But what he's got to be thinking about are a couple of things. Number 1, don't step back. Could be a safety. Number 2, cut down your time on your mechanics. If you're a 2-step punter, it needs to be 1 step and get rid of the football.
36 yards on the punt.
Odd tackle animation on that one, but the Bears will take it. Steelers starting this drive off on the Bears 46 as Pat O'Donnell was forced to kind of short leg that one to make sure he didn't get blocked in the end zone.
For about 6 down inside the 40. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock.
6-yard rush by James Conner up to the 39-yard line, 2nd and 4.
At this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use
it's almost like we're back to like a normal cadence of the game. There's a lot going on in those last 2 drives.
Out to his left. And he's going to keep it here.
Tyler back to scrambling, takes a slide, and sends Danny Trevathan into a weird Superman animation. 1st down, now up to the Bears' 30-yard line.
Great push. And what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Conner. And he's going to be taken
James Conner
down
finding a
over
big
the
hole, and I
penalty
think he
flag
gets.
on the
Oh,
field.
never mind. It was an illegal block in the back at the end of that play. All that work for nothing. Thought it was going to be a face mask flag.
Here's Conner. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray. And Jones has it over the middle. And inside the 20 before
Julio with a nice reception over the middle. Gets 12 yards? 12 yards on the play, let's call it. 1st and 10 now, on to the Bears 16, firmly in the red zone.
They're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete.
Mark Andrews with a fantastic stiff arm on. Oh, I need to know who that poor soul was.
These guys are running
Show me the
offense
replay.
like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are
Oh, Buster Screen. Buster Screen getting sent on his ass. All right, 1st and goal on the 3.
6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run it in with Bell.
Le'Veon nearly finds a hole big enough, but gets stopped at the 1. 2nd and goal, here we go.
2nd and goal now.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal of the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. They'll try to run this.
There it is, big hole created. James Conner slips right on through. Touchdown for Colin here in the 4th quarter. 5 minutes left. Colin now up 14 points. This is going to be tough for Conair to come back from. Even tougher for the Bears to beat the spread.
And why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the
My line's been an ass lately.
2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Nugent hits the extra point.
I think I peaked with that one a few games ago, and I don't know if I'm ever going to hit it again. Oh yeah, the Cleveland-Miami one. The one where it was Miami, or Cleveland favored by 6.5 and the over-under 48.5. And the game total was Cleveland won by 8 and the game total was 48.
It's pretty damn close.
Yeah, that was kind of my magnum opus, I think. I'm not going to achieve this again. But not only that, I feel like all the games this week, the team I've had favored has lost.
Yeah.
Did I have you favored?
And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now a penalty marker is down.
I had your game right
Let's see
as
what
far
that's
as who was
about.
favored.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11.
But I also had that one right like a point and a half, and it was 26.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he is out of bounds.
What is the key you use to put body armor and stuff on a keyboard?
11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
M for Minteraction menu.
Dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can
I don't know, maybe like M for menu. I think it's just because it's
a sense
by
of
itself.
urgency.
Nothing else is using it.
Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. And he's
Another 1st down. Conair's Bears rolling. They're not going to roll over without a fight. 1st and 10 now on their own 35. But 2 straight 1st down plays.
Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he slips up past the 45 before being
Samuel
tackled.
juking the wrong way on that play, but another first down.
You cannot
Clock
write these
is
guys
ticking,
off
but
just
the
yet,
Bears
not with
are
a
up to
quarterback like
midfield.
that under center.
About 4
You
minutes
mean it
left
actually
here.
crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Rodgers now on first down. And the result here, a pickup of 8.
Aaron Rodgers gets the ball out at the last second and finds
down.
Mike Evans. 8-yard gain. 2nd and 2. But tick, tick, tick goes that clock.
To his receiver and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field.
Ball officially
and have
past
a great chance of
midfield,
success as they did on that play.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And again, it's
Ooh, here we go. Aaron Rodgers back in the zone. Instantly throwing there. Institution. Again, I think the key to knock him out of the zone is 2 straight incompletions.
An open target. The coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Rodgers to throw once more. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete.
Ooh, nice play that the AI did not mean to make so nice. Completion on the little out route to David Johnson. 3-yard gain on the play, but he gets his foot out of bounds to stop him from getting more yards. But it stops the clock, which is arguably more important at this point. So first down, Aaron Rodgers stays in the zone, and the clock stops.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers.
Dump off to David Johnson. He slips past a few guys, spins through a tackler, and then gets taken down all the way at the 25. 17-yard gain on that play.
A good pickup, 17 yards.
First down.
First down. They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
First down, Rodgers. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21
Same play again, but to the left side this time. 3-yard gain by David Johnson. But does get himself tackled out of bounds. So clock will stop with 2:16 left. Free timeout before the 2-minute warning.
And keep it from being a big game.
Well, not a free timeout, but clock stopping, which is rare in AI versus.
Rodgers again now. Letting one go.
Rodgers chucking one up there. That one's going to be off the back of the end zone.
Is incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And this is going to be
sends his pressure and throws it away, but that's going to be an incompletion, bringing up 4th down, and that also might knock him out of the zone. So 2 minutes, 4 seconds left on the clock. The Bears kind of have to go for this. Settling for a field goal does nothing for them.
All right, they're going to try and keep.
So they're indeed lining up to go for it.
On 4th down, they're going for it.
See what happens.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And this is intercepted.
Oh, no.
And that should do
catastrophic interception there.
By Mike Hilton. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Oh, but a roughing the passer on T.J. Watt. The Bears get away with that one. The interception is nullified and a free first down for the Bears. Up to the 11-yard line. We're inside of the 2-minute warning now, but that was quite the gift. Rodgers sends some pressure and chucking it out the back of the end zone again. 2nd and 10, here we come.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again, Rodgers. That is caught at the 7-yard line.
Finds Eric Ebron underneath. He gets enough yardage for the first down, but that's 1st and goal on the one. Does not break the play.
It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. From From the gun, it's Rodgers. To the end zone,
Rodgers sent some pressure again and throwing it out the back. 2nd and goal. Clock stops. 1 minute and 20 seconds left. All 3 timeouts on both sides, but we're at the point where we're going to require an onside kick recovery, I think.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And this is
there it is. He finds Mike Evans in the back of the end zone, 2 feet down. That's going to be a touchdown for Conair. And with the extra point, that's going to be the over. Alright, I'm back. My line setting is better.
And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side.
And this one at 48.5, and we're officially at 49.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Extra point good by Prater. And now things get a bit
so
more
minute 16 on the clock, both teams with all 3 timeouts. The Bears could do a kickoff and try to play for a 3 and out. I don't know, with how low percentage chance there is to convert in an onside kick in computer versus computer, or just in Madden in general, I don't know that, it's necessarily a bad idea to kick it off, play for 3 in a row, stop deep in their own territory, and then play off the punt. Almost feels like a higher percentage play than onside kick.
I think that's probably also true.
So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point.
Because otherwise you just got to stop them 3 times, but now they're on
this doesn't work. The
your side of the
Steelers
field.
recover it.
Yeah. And then just kick a field goal or something.
Yep, which is exactly what happened again. They recover it on their 39 now.
They needed it, but they didn't
So the Bears are going to need 3 big stops here.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with
Stop
3
number 1 will work. 2-yard gain on that running play. Timeout number 1 used for Chicago.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense.
Let's see, who's the kicker? This is Nugent. He's 67 overall. So there's a little leeway for the Bears defense to give up and not turn this into a 10-point game.
Stay on the ground with Conair again.
But not that much
this
leeway.
will go as a gain of 7 as he
Bears
gets it to
stop
the
him
30-yard
at the
line.
30-yard line.
Now the Bears going to
I think
use
that's
the
gonna be like
second
30
of their
inches.
timeouts as they get the
31.
stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
Ay. Okay, Bears would prefer a tackle for loss here, but stopping a first down would also work.
I see an extra defensive back
It's
on the
getting a
field.
little
Surprise here on
dicey
3rd
here.
and 1.
Ooh, it's a passing play. Complete to Julio and taken down at the 26-yard line. Bears use their last timeout, but that's a first down. So Colin Steeler's just going to run the clock here with 1 minute left on the clock. Rule number 1.
For the Steelers out of the victory formation.
For some reason, I feel like even when it's a clear kneeling situation, the Madden AI will sometimes do a normal running play on 2nd down.
Interesting.
Not in this case, though. All right, kneel number 2, and then that should be the ball game.
Down to a knee goes
Kyler Murray with 160 rushing yards. That's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Listen,
Can't
anytime
stop
you take a
Kyler.
knee
He
to
had
end
like
a game,
230
that means
plus
you've won
rushes.
it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a
It's
little
like
extra
160 rushing
special
yards and like
about doing it in front of your home
11
crowd, isn't there?
attempts.
And the home crowd.
I think I saw 12. I might be counting these last
Yeah,
ones.
they're counting
This one up
names.
in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the
All
crowd
right,
for
it's
the
official.
kick, your
Write it down in the
gloves, your
history
towels.
books.
Get to share it with the home team.
Colin taking down
So this one
Conair in the
win
finals
column for the
match,
Pittsburgh
28-21.
Steelers. And it wasn't
Congrats
really
to
always
Colin.
pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did, but they did what
Sorry,
they needed
Joe.
to do
I know
at
you're
home to get the
watching,
win.
but
Yeah,
you
they
know,
really had to grind this
that's
one out,
sports.
didn't they? Because nothing came easy.
Still a top half kick.
Every snap was a major league
So there's
brawl.
that. Take some
They had
solace
to
in
win
that, I
in the
guess.
line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, You know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.
Steelers with 200 passing yards and 235 rushing yards.
The Steelers are winners
That
as we
balanced
say so
offense.
long
Oh,
from
yeah.
Heinz Field.
Sometimes scrambling quarterbacks are just like legit out of control, especially in Madden 21. I don't know if they've really addressed that in 22. I'm not certain that they have. It seems like they're thinking about it, but I'm not sure that they have. So offensive yards, Conair's Bears got 288. Colin Steelers with 435. So to get out of there with only a 7-point victory seems like a little bit of efficiency issues. 1 turnover on each side, so that's pretty even. Possession time, Steelers absolutely dominated it. 29 minutes to 18 minutes. Take a look at some plays here, or some players. Both quarterbacks showing up in the passing game, doing work. 3 touchdowns to 0 interceptions for Rodgers, 2 touchdowns to 0 interceptions for Kyler. Both solid completion percentages as well. Running-wise, Kyler Murray, 13 attempts, 159 yards, so that includes the 2 kneel downs as well. No touchdowns on his own. James Conner, 59 yards and 2 touchdowns. Otherwise, no one else was really a strong contributor. Yardage-wise, oh, look at that. All of our 5 receiving touchdowns were our top yardage gainers. Curtis Samuel, Mark Andrews, Julio Jones, Adam Thielen, and Mike Evans. That's fun. All right, defensively, what are we looking at? 2 sacks for TJ Watt, 2 sacks for Robert Quinn, and 1 sack for Vince Williams. That's who that Williams guy's first name was, Vince. No official interceptions because the one that did happen got called back. A few pass deflections throughout the game. A couple forced fumbles. Devin Bush and Roquan Smith both off of big hits. I believe those were on to Adam Thielen and Kyler Murray respectively. Both of those ended up as turnovers, but no defensive touchdowns. So, jumping back to the bracket. Yeah, this doesn't format well for the window I've got on it. Anyway, congrats again to Colin. 28-21 victory over Conair. That is going to do it for our Fivals bracket. You can see Colin, Conair, Jacob, and Sprite makes up the 5 through 8 choices here. So after a brief intermission, we are going to jump into our 3rd place match. Myself versus Crayon, Buccaneers and Dolphins. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in.